Right then, part two. So we've got the Volca sample set up, and I used the Vocia library management little program to transfer my files from my Mac to the Volca sample. So got them loaded in. Cool. And I think I put together a couple of sequences. Yeah. So then we've got all the controls of the Volca sample to sort of play with that. We've got these little. I don't know whether you'd call them filters. They're called isolators, but they're essentially sort of filters stroke EQs, right? That's cool. So this is another one, very similar. Swing, reverb. No, definitely sound better. Or let's set to 84. So those little programmed drum patterns, they're cool. And I thought, well, since we've got the Volca Sampler out, could we add some musical elements and throw those into this Volca Sample as well? Because obviously those sort of slate drums, they sound, sounds like a real sort of kit player. So I knocked up some couple of piano loops and a sort of an upright bass kind of sounding loop. Cool. There's a piano on there, and I think I have in number 8 same. Yeah, see, that's interesting. So I've changed the sort of the attack and I think the high cut on that to give it much more of an acoustic bass feel. That's pretty cool. Just doing that with a with the little Volca sample, right? Nice. So that sounds great. And then of course we've got all the mangling capabilities of Volca sample. Lots of nice possibilities there, and that's just to have that in this little unit. That's pretty cool. I just want to go back to 7. So then hearing those mixed in with like the slate drums. So what I'm discovering is every time you re-trigger a loop, it'll basically cut the loop that's playing and re-trigger it, unless, as we heard here, when you stop it and then it just sort of plays it out. So what's nice about that is, so for that piano loop, if we go into we go into step mode, obviously I'm triggering it there and there, but we could trigger it, we could just trigger it on the beat, right? How cool is that? Yeah, to have that kind of those kind of sampling possibilities in that little unit. That's pretty cool. That's the first time I'm really playing with the Volca Sample to do like kind of sort of pitch stuff, melodic stuff. I'm liking that. That is super cool. Alrighty, so let's bring parts 1 and 2 to a close. That's been really fun. Kind of exploring the Steven Slate drums plugin. It just sounds fantastic, and to be able to get a 2 gig library to download for free is extraordinary. Brilliant. Thank you very much. I've had a blast like playing with it and throwing it into the Volca Sample. So sounds great coming out of here as well, and then mixing in those like little loops, so experimenting with the Volca Sample. That's been a blast. Any questions, put them downstairs. I'll shoot a link up. I did a very detailed explanation of how to do a full reset of a Volca Sample, because I don't, I mean, these are pretty old now, like, but I bought mine second hand, so it like had a few weird samples in it. So I was like, okay, how do I get this back to something usable? So yeah, so see the link on the screen for that video. So any questions, hit them downstairs. Final thoughts. I'm going to do a part 3, which is basically a real quick tutorial on how you sort of program the Volca Sample. And as I say in that part 3, that's mostly for my benefit. So 6 months down the line, when I've kind of like forgotten how to program this, I can just watch that and get a refresher. All right, cheers.